Can I make a little suggestion? Let's get the hip-hop out of here.
Hi, I'm Austin's Animals, collecting all things furry, and boy do I have something special today. Something made by the fans, for the fans. So a fellow named God Bronco Toys, I sure hope I'm saying that right, I am so sorry, is doing the impossible. He is making Plush, based on the Sonic the Hedgehog TV show by Deke Animation, known as Satam. Now, if you're a Sonic fan, you know the infamy around merchandise of this show. It simply did not have any. They made a Sonic and Tails plush by the great company Caltoy that we're going to talk about in a minute, but unless you lived in Australia, you did not have access to getting plush of the rest of the characters. They were nowhere to be found. I believe they were under a separate licensing agreement, so companies could only make toys of the Sonic the Hedgehog video game unless they wanted to pay royalties to Deke Animation to make Princess Sally and Bunny and all the characters from that show. So this gentleman, God Bronco Toys, is making all the Satam characters as plush, and he's doing them affordably. Like, they're not $100 specialty commission plush like you see online. These are actually mass-produced fan stuff. If you're into toy collecting, the best way to compare these is they're kind of like the Sonic the Hedgehog equivalent of the Stan Solo Star Wars figures, who's kind of making his own fantasy figures. Another example is the Disney fantasy pins. These are fans that are filling in the gaps in official merchandise lines and making the pieces of merchandise you would want to see as if it was made by the company themselves. So this plush I'm looking at today is Bunnie Rabbot from the Sonic cartoon. Now you're thinking, why isn't this Princess Sally? Funny story about that. Princess Sally was the first plush that God Bronco made. I mean, who wouldn't want a plush of Princess Sally, right? And she was available on eBay for about $25 in January of 2020. So I immediately, bought it, but I didn't know that it was a pre-order. That wasn't made very clear. So about a year went by. I remember it was towards the end of 2020, 2021, the whole thing going on at that point. I needed the money, so I canceled the order because I didn't get any updates on the plush. I had just assumed this was some sort of knockoff and that they had just taken my money. It happens a lot when you're toy collecting. If you see a stock photo of a plush or toy and you don't get it in like a, half a year, and it looks a little bootleggy, then it's probably too good to be true. And I thought it was too good to be true. What I didn't know is that it was a pre-order for a plush that was actually going through production. Not even like handmade, but produced. I don't know how he's making these, but I assume he has some sort of small factory or professional workflow because they do look mass-produced. If you take a look here, she's really, really high quality, and there's no handmade, quibbles or issues. It doesn't look stitched. So if I had known this was a pre-order for a mass-produced item, I probably would have kept my pre-order and, found the money elsewhere. But, I had to cancel my pre-order, and I believe Sally shipped summer of 2021. So it was about a year and a half wait for that one. So, kind of like buying a Super 7 figure. But when that plush finally did ship and I saw it, I'm like, okay, I have to make an effort now to get these plush. Would I have liked to got Sally too? Yes, absolutely. But the Bunnie Rabbot figure was much easier to get. She was put up on Etsy as not a made-to-order item, but something that had already been produced, and she shipped in about a week. So I do commend the seller for improving his selling strategy. I understand Sally had some production troubles, and I'm just really happy that I got Bunnie in my hands, because boy, am I happy to have her. So here she is. She shipped about a week after I bought her. The shipping was really nice and high quality. The seller was just wonderful. and she is everything I wanted and more. This is a childhood dream come true in my paws here. I never thought we would get any official-looking merchandise of Sonic Satam. There's been lots of handmade stuff over the years, lots of great fan plush, but this feels like something SEGA would have made back in the 1990s. She's not perfect. She kind of has flaws like you would see on a consumer-made plush, like something in a claw machine. She looks like a UFO prize, like SEGA would have made, and that's just really, really wonderful. The colors are exact. She looks like an animation cell. She looks so good. Bunnie has a very dangly little body with cute little robotic legs. She looks pretty goofy when you stand her up, but I swear when you sit her down, the proportions actually do fall into place, and she looks great. Bunnie's face is nicely detailed, and the maker did a wonderful job of incorporating her eyelashes, her whiskers, or even thin, and she has a soft feminine look like the character. Now the ears are the real showstopper. They have an armature in them so that you can bend Bunnie's ears, as they do change during the show. Sometimes her ears are straight up. Most of the time she either has one ear drooped, her left or right ear. So you can customize her ears and pose them just as they look on the show, which is an incredible collector-friendly feature. That when I bent the ear down for the first time, I'm like, wow, this is something else. This is somebody that really likes Sonic Satam and understands what collectors would want from an official toy line. Earlier in the video, I mentioned a company called Caltoy that made an official Sonic plush based off the TV show design and not the video game, and it seems that the maker of this plush has designed the Bunnie plush to be compatible with that Caltoy Sonic plush, which is just awesome. You can have the show-accurate Sonic and Bunnie, and Sally, if you were able to get her, sit next to each other. Now this Caltoy plush is really wonderful, one of my favorite pieces of my collection, but check out like the nose, the mouth. I know Sonic characters have a similar design, but it's very obvious to me that the seller intended these plush to be used together, especially when you look at Bunnie's kind of hair tufts on her cheek compared with Sonic quills. They're both flat felt sticking out of the body. So you've got similar construction, similar scale, and similar chibi portions. Check out the arms and legs and see how similar they are. I love that he's constructing these with the Caltoy Sonic in mind. I imagine when he completes the set of Satam characters, they're all gonna look really nice together. Fans have done the impossible and filled in the gap that SEGA left for collecting merchandise based off the Sonic the Hedgehog TV show. Bunnie is unfortunately sold out now, but Rotor the Walrus is gonna be next, and I can't wait to pick him up. This really is one of the most ambitious and cool fan toy projects I've seen in a long time. The Sonic the Hedgehog TV show has always had a pretty dedicated fan following. There's always all sorts of cool fan projects and animations. And these plush... oh, there goes everything. Well, I should probably end this video before I knock all my collectibles down with my tail. Sorry, gotta juice.